Beloved wife, generous humanitarian, natural beauty, philanthropist of the year 2018. That was Liana Reed when she was alive. But now, she was dead.
Thousands lined the streets today to attend the funeral of Liana Choi Reed.
What makes watching someone like Liana die grab our attention? Perhaps seeing a perfect woman cut down in the prime of her life reminds us of our own fragility.
Liana Choi Reed was named one of the most beautiful people of 2018, but even that couldn't guarantee her an open casket.
Perhaps it forces us to reflect on what they could have done on this earth had they lived longer and had the chance.
I told my daughter not to marry a billionaire murderer. But Liana, once she set her mind to something.
Or perhaps we simply miss the dead and fear their memory will be lost forever. But will it?
Hello, fellow graduates. My name is Liana Choi Reed.
This was Liana Choi Reed delivering a commencement at Harvard, her alma mater, just a few years ago. Listening now is haunting, to say the least.
Life may feel like it's strangling you sometimes, but when it does, just breathe. Doesn't that feel good?
Maybe if she had listened to her own advice, she'd still be here. Maybe she was too smart for her own good. What made her so perfect? And if she really was so perfect, why would Mylo kill her?
The search for Liana Choi Reed's killer has come to an end.
Order! Order in the court!
Mylo Reed has defied his house arrest terms and is currently driving his spaceship around Los Angeles.
How could Liana be dead if none of us are even really alive?
Whoa, that's so true. The question I kept asking myself when it came to the Mylo Reed case was, why would Mylo Reed kill Liana? She had the brain of a genius and the body of a model. She had fashion, class, personality. She was sober, but not in an annoying way. Was killing someone so perfect even possible? I decided to speak to the world's foremost expert in Liana Reed, Mylo Reed.
You are receiving a call from Mylo Reed Home Penitentiary in Bali.
David, I wish you were here. I'm drinking a coconut.
Mylo had gotten himself out of North American house arrest by threatening to kill himself repeatedly to his guards. But there was no time to dwell on his emotional state. This was about Liana.
Mylo, that's awesome. But I have a question. How did you first know you loved Liana?
Well, it was easy to love Liana. It was love at first sight. She was beautiful, easy to talk to. She was smart and sophisticated. And the only...
Hi, David.
Hi, Harmony.
That's Mylo's mistress, Harmony. She's so fun. According to police, on the night of January 5th between 1:04 and 1:17 a.m., Mylo got high on a cocktail of psychedelic mushrooms, cocaine, and anthrax. After reportedly spending several hours trying to connect spiritually with his new line of carbon-neutral fighter jets, Mylo picked up the controller of a wireless strangulation drone, chased Liana into the servants' district, and strangled her to death. He then located her body, dragged it to the laundry facility in the servants' quarters, and spit on her, supposedly covering her in his DNA. But to find out what really happened to Liana, I needed to recreate the night Mylo supposedly murdered her, from his perspective. I started by first taking a heavy dose of Mylo's hallucinogenic drug concoction and returning to the scene of the crime.
Oh God, it stinks in here.
After Liana's death, the wing of the Reed home where Liana was murdered had been hermetically sealed. The laundry facility, as well as all the evidence, all of Mylo's DNA, even Liana's dead body, were left exactly how they were the night of the slaying. But as I looked down at Liana's body, something didn't make sense.
Oh my God, she's breathtaking.
She still looked beautiful and smart, even months after dying. Why would anyone want to do this to someone so perfect? At this point, I should also mention that in order to really get inside Mylo's head, I had started to force myself to fall in love with Liana earlier that day. And as I'm sure you can imagine, it was much easier than I thought.
So gorgeous. Look at her dance. She's an angel.
To start, I had watched hours of footage from her funeral coverage, her and Mylo's wedding tape, and pretty much any YouTube video I could find of her.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. I'm Liana Choi Reed. If you'd like to learn more, listen to my podcast on human rights violations in Ghana.
Oh, my God. Now that I had fallen absolutely head over heels for her, it was time to find out. Could someone who was totally in love with Liana and high out of his mind really kill her? Dressed up like a Swiss billionaire and thinking about planes, I grabbed some more weed gummies from the complimentary drug buckets Mylo placed out for guests and entered the hermetically sealed scene of the crime at 1:07 a.m., just like Mylo had. 40 minutes later, Sydney recorded this.
Okay, so there are some other podcasters at the scene, and David is not happy.
Lights, camera, strangled. That was the story of Liana Choi Reed.
Get out!
Hey man, you gotta fill out your 19B22, the LA County Crime Scene Podcaster permit. We paid our $70. We're not leaving.
I said get out!
David, put the iron down, David!
After politely asking bystanders to leave, I got to work disproving that Mylo killed Liana. Considering how hard it was to see through all my tears, murdering someone in this state of mind seemed nearly impossible.
I get it now. I understand perfectly.
What do you understand?
The strangulation drone is God. We're all God. Oh, it's so beautiful.
What about the murder, David?
Why are you so obsessed with murder, man? You're freaking me out. You're freaking me out!
When it came to disproving Mylo murdered Liana, I was killing it. In every dimension I entered, I disproved the prosecution's story. In many ways, I had disproved that murder was even possible. I disproved it in the past, the present, and the future.
You're okay. Everything's fine. Just try to stay focused on Liana.
She's just so beautiful. I can't believe she's dead. Who would do this? Who? Did you kill her?
What? No. David, put the iron down.
I'm sorry.
David, stop it! David, stop! Stop! Oh my God!
After chasing Sydney around for a while, then getting tangled up in a drying rack and falling to the floor, I figured it was time to call it a night. But as I sat there, half naked, eating a leftover Hot Pocket that had also been hermetically sealed in the room, it hit me. If Mylo didn't kill Liana, who did? And where was all my skin? A Very Fatal Murder is brought to you by Cleanup, the new subscription service that sends someone to your house every week to pick up your garbage. For just $12.99 a month, you can finally get rid of all that clutter. Just place your garbage in a box, roll it outside, and we'll take care of the rest. Getting rid of all your trash has never been so easy, thanks to Cleanup. Since I'd first learned of Liana's death, something had been bothering me. It was the kind of thing that wakes you up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, confused. The kind of thing that stops you in your tracks and leaves you wondering just what in the hell is going on here. I'd recently learned that these things I'd been experiencing were called earthquakes, and it wasn't just me experiencing them. They seemed to happen almost every day here in Los Angeles, and the big one was coming. But could they tell me anything about this case? It turns out earthquakes are a lot like metaphors. They're interesting, and I like them. But the deeper you get into one, the scarier it becomes. Would it ever end? Or would there be another one following right behind? Earthquakes are a lot like murder in that regard. They can strike at any minute, and usually somebody ends up dead. But this particular seismic wave, the murder of Liana Choi Reed and the aftershock of Mylo Reed's arrest, was especially groundbreaking because it was beginning to expose the fault lines in the justice system. And I was about to crack them wide open.
Ken, you have to put me on the stand.
The day after I reenacted Liana's murder and exonerated Mylo, I contacted Ken Whitten, Mylo's defense attorney. He was right in the middle of throwing darts at a picture of Liana's face when I found him in the Fultz Criminal Justice Center.
David Pascal, OPR podcaster and forensic expert.
Ah, yes, David. Walk with me.
If you've been keeping up with the podcast, you might remember that 2 episodes ago, I mentioned that the justice system was like a body, with bones, skin, and arms. But what I didn't mention was that the justice system is a woman, and the Fultz is her womb. That day, I could feel an amazing breakthrough being born, and all Lady Justice had to do was push.
Okay, so the official timeline the police released said that Mylo murdered his wife between 1:04 and 1:17 a.m., but I didn't kill anyone that night. And if Mylo murdered, shouldn't have I? Plus, after I saw Liana, the only thing I felt was more love for her, not less.
As Ken and I walked down the long womb of the justice system, I told him everything that I'd done to prove Mylo innocent. The drugs, the reenactment, the love I had for Liana.
She was a podcaster. A podcaster. How perfect is that? Like, what are the odds? We're both podcasters? She's too perfect to be dead. I mean, maybe she's not even dead, you know? Have you even looked into that?
I should mention right now that while high on drugs, I came up with a lot of really good ideas about what could have happened to Liana. And I should also mention that I was wearing tap shoes to sort of create a unique soundscape. If they could just let me on the stand, I knew I could convince a jury.
And that's why I think the octopus did it.
I was, legally speaking, tipping the scale. Ken said they weren't at the point of interviewing witnesses. Objection. I said I'd wait. Ken said they'd have to get through evidence first. Double objection. I could be entered in as evidence. To be honest, I loved the rush, and I could have done this for hours. But then, something came up.
David, this is all great, but I gotta go.
Ooh, where? To pay off a witness? Kill a guy? I can come.
No, just an interview with one of these podcasts. It's called The Murder Bitches. Should be fun.
What? Now, I know what you're thinking. Why was Ken Whitten wasting his time doing a podcast instead of talking to me while Mylo Reed was rotting in house arrest? Ken Whitten was apparently more obsessed with fame, his LA lifestyle, the paparazzo, and sucking up to the academy than actually doing his job. As I watched Ken leave through the birth canal of the United States legal system, I couldn't help but think that I had just witnessed a miscarriage of justice. His self-obsession, his disregard for the evidence, it was killing my baby. The case of Mylo Reed. Next time on A Very Fatal Murder.
You are receiving a call from Mylo Reed Home Penitentiary in outer space.
David, I'm on the moon!
And I can't wait to see what you all accomplish because I will live forever!
According to my autopsy, she choked on a microphone?
Oh, whoops, sorry, I left that in there.
A Very Fatal Murder is brought to you by me, David Pascal, and Onion Public Radio. Visit our website to take a virtual tour of the crime scene and test out your own theories about how Liana might have died, all in beautiful 4K VR. And use the hashtag #JusticeForMylo to tweet out your theories about why you think Mylo is such a great guy. Special thanks to Perkins Investigative Services for round-the-clock surveillance of the victim's family. And finally, a very special thanks to my personal assistant, Sydney, who's been killing it so hard lately, she's a true fucking rock star future CEO, so look out. One day she might even be my boss.
Haven't you always wanted to hold a podcast episode in your hands? Now you can. Subscribe to The Onion to receive 12 monthly issues of the newspaper. Head to membership.theonion.com to learn more.